Well friends, here we go again. Today I'm already there on the court, you know. Very tough, very long route. These are now 2 courts which you will see, which you have never ever seen in my videos, you know. But we are very far outside, you know. That means for today, number 1 is Secret 2 court, you know, Secret 2, and then the Pitzi court. That is the court which we missed out the last time because I didn't have time anymore, because it went dark. And so I extra drove, and for those 2 courts in complete version to drive there and back, I will need around 8 hours and 30 minutes on the bicycle. What ball do we have? The NCAA Replica ball, but the old version is a bit harder than the new orange version. Yeah, and here we are. We are on one of the toughest, roughest street ball courts which exists in the whole federal state. Why Secret 2 court? We have a secret court in the city, that is the secret court, or aka the red light court. And also outside is a secret court, the number 2 court it is called. And it is an original floor, and that is why I have this ball, because this ball I use underground in the tunnels, and I use it by gravel ground, or I call it gravel ground. And now here we are in a very tough place, as you see. 1, 2, bam. I will not show you too much. Watch what is here, you know. What do we have here all in? All the wooden things. So we go with the ball. And this ball I really use as a composite ball. I told once the story. For the roughest courts, 1 composite ball I take, and this is my version. Of course it will get scratches in and dirty and damaged. But now, watch, the floor comes reality. And now the court, 1, 2, bam, watch in the background, Secret 2 court. Welcome to one of the toughest and roughest courts, and it is a secret court, because not many people know this court, but I know it, you know. But I have never showed you, it's really far outside, but today we have a problem. Now watch that, gravel ground, we have stones, you know. That is our service, and for that reason I have this ball, you know. So, and now watch the board and the ring. One of the oldest and roughest things, and as you can see, there is all wood in, you know. So I have to throw the ball in, but that will not help me, you know, because then I don't get out my ball. So I have to make it harder today, to go with the GoPro on there, push it a bit out, because otherwise it will fall into my head, you know. So I have to check this out. And you see that it's very old and rough, you know, this ring. You see that? That is an original, and the board, you know. But that is a really cool place, you know. But you see that can fall the things down, and the ball should not fly in there, because then you have also a problem, you know. Here I have my bicycle, you see. Wow. And here, that is a session, or Secret 2 court. Of course there will come no real basketballers, because they say, what is that? But that is an old style court, you know, from the late 80s, early 90s around, you know. And with that nice ball, where do we have it? Wow, that is nice. So from here we play it, I push out the things, and then we see. So now I pushed out the things, you see, only one on, but that will fall out with the ball. Here they are, those big plates. You see them? And that is the thing what you have to do as a street baller, you know. And do not wonder, now it is the sun out, it gets a bit warmer, but I'm on the way, the English, you know. Since very early in the morning, and it had around 7-8 degrees, it was very cold. I had my training gloves on, but I have a short band on, you know, for the bicycling. Very tough, but yeah. And now we play some balls, but here of course you have to adjust, you know. I will not throw 3-pointers and far away or jump much, because that here, you know, also those things are in, you know. I told this also once. Here of course you will not feel it that much, but when it goes bad, then you will slip, you know, or make this with the feet. So a nice session, but here very cool. No, the last piece has to come out, you know. That is the thing of it right now. You know, but there is a real net, you know. You know, that is also fun, you know. Here you only come as fun, or to remember back the times when we started it. But you see, beside the ring, you know, for example, here are such tools. You don't want to come in there, you know, in those bushes. And when the ball falls in, you know, you don't want to enter in. But also here, you know, there is the, the big thing, you know. You see, that all grows up here. Yeah, but it is fun, you know. That is really fun and a complete other style than on a rubber court, you know. Only fun. And that is street ball. You know, in other stories, this court is beside the other one, you know, but I will not tell you. You will not know it maybe, but that is a secret spot, you know. The people who live here, they know it, but others will not know it, you know. And that should stay secret, you know. But I tell you, those were courts outside because back in the days there didn't exist a court. Nowadays people don't know that, you know. They always think there were rubber courts and every village has a court. There was nothing. There you had your own basket and there always the neighbors complained because of the loud noise. And then when you had such a thing on a free area, that was original, you know. That was the thing. Because nowadays you cannot do such things, because today there is all with rules, you know. The government, they say no, it's not allowed, too dangerous, who has the fault when something happens, and on and on and on and on, you know what I mean. So those are really the last original courts, and now we go on. Hallo.
Hallo, kann ich durchgehen?
Sowieso.
Okay.
Kein Problem. Summer friends, wow, have you heard it? That is the area. Then you should know where we are, on which side of the mountains. The girl who crossed now extra asked if she can walk beside, that she don't interrupt my game. Then you know in what area we are, in my favorite one, you know, where the people are so nice and friendly all the times, you know. Then you know, because on one side I don't like the mountains that much because the people are stranger, and the other side is where I like to be because they are also friendly. And now you should know where I am, you know, at my area. So really, really nice. Really cool, the people here always again, you know, so friendly, so nice. There, and that is street ball, you know, because people forget what real street ball or what outdoor basketball was, you know. And for sure not those 3-3 on rubber things, you know, that is the new style, but has nothing to do with this, the outdoor basketball, street ball which we played back in the days, you know. And that is the best example, really cool to play, you know. The net still good, the ring really solid, you know. Big board, of course. I throw not from far because here is also a car, you know. Here live people now, you don't want to damage something. But it's nice to play, you know. Really cool. And that is really an original. I tell you that. That is really, wow. That reminds you as you would be in the 80s, you know. Like in the 80s. Can you imagine that? Where no internet was, no smartphone was, nothing. You only played where you found a ring, you know, and that is cool. And you will not believe what also is here. I show you that. 1, 2, wow, watch. Light. They have light here. That means you can play here by darkness. You see? On there is the light. Electrical light. And also there, you know. That is a cool thing, you know. But that is secret number 2 court. I don't have too much time because today it should rain, and when it rains and it only has 12-13 degrees, you know, then I have a problem because 8 hours 30 minutes at least on the bicycle, and now I have to drive much more far away to come to Pitzi court. And why the name Pitzi, I will tell you today. I hope we can get it complete other style than the secret 2 court. But I don't know if there are kids in today, you know. We have it Saturday. Depends. We will see that. I drive on now, then we see. So my friends, now we arrived at Pitzi court. Oh, that is tough, you know, because the last route that is all upwards here, and that is makes it so really hard. But I show you the area because here you have never seen. There is a pizzeria on, really nice, you know, with glass and a supermarket. And now here we are, 1, 2 from above. We have to drive down. Bam, watch here, and here down it is Pitzi court. I will tell something about this court because that is other than all others here in that area, but that reminds you maybe on a court from the other area of the mountains, because there they have it also, you know. But that it is, you know, a cool area. No one plays. We enter in, very old, you know, roughed up, but you will maybe imagine which type of court this is, you know. So let's drive in. Very nice. So my friends, now here with the bicycle, and here we enter in. And really original, and you will see what I mean, you know. Watch, here is beach volleyball, and here we have it, you know, Pitzi court with tennis balls in, tennis racket, because beside is tennis playing, you know. Here tennis playing, all those stuff, you know. And you see the bench here. And now tell me, this court you should know, not exactly that, but similar. When you watch behind, then you should know those courts, because they are in the area on the complete other side of the mountains, you know. for example, ghetto court, you know, ghetto court where I told you can go up and film from overground, you know. And here we have it, you know. But the difference is that here they have a net, you know. So wait, I have to go over. Wait. 1, 2, bam. So to jump over, you know. Here we are. So, and the difference is that here is carpet, you know. But I will tell you why. And you see the roughed up board, you know. But it is a cool thing, you know. Complete their own style. The tennis balls away, always dangerous, because that you don't find at any other place, you know. That court, you know. So that is really the same construction, but in that building where we are with the houses above around, you know. And there on we were. From there I filmed down, that you have seen it from above, that you can imagine. And this is a full net, but it is not a full cage, you know. We have cage 1 and cage 2, you know, but here it is open, you know. But you see the board is very old, you know. You see, that is a wooden board with a ring, no net in, of course. And here the goal, here always be careful that you don't jump, you know. Because that happened to me at my home, that I crushed my head and then all this ringing for a long time, you know. And it's really original. But here, I tell you, they have rules, you know. Because here all people live, you know, and they complain. And that is also why they have here a carpet, you know. Another other court, because this sounds not that loud, you know. But it is a small village and they have here cool sport things. Here we play now a bit, but my legs are over, you know, tired and on and on. That is tough to come now when it is so cold, you know. But with the, you see immediately with the net that you cannot play here very, very good. And the ball can fall over, then you have to collect it or go out, you know. That is the thing. But, you know, an original. And now I'm happy that I could show you Pitzi court, because I imagine that I cannot come here again. You know, because it is too tough. You have to imagine I'm 8 hours, 30 minutes around on the bicycle today. 8 hours, 30 minutes. When it is fresh, cold, you know, it's a complete different story than it would be warm, you know, for the muscles. But yeah, here we have this ball. And there we can play a few balls. Now, bam! You see? And always be careful, I tell you that. And the difference is that they have here those wall, you know, also that it does not sound that loud, you know. That side is nice, but that is great with the view, you know, to the houses out, very cool. And now we play. Yeah, maybe you see it or not, but here you have to throw very flat, you know. I'm not a high shooter, you know. I'm more flat, too flat, and here that comes to my advantage because I'm used to that, you know. Now I've seen it. You have to climb up, you know, and hope that the wooden boards last, that they don't break down, you know. Then you make a dunk and then you go down. That is street water. So my friends, now I have to leave. I hope you liked that. Short, but you know, this is 8 hours, 30 minutes. And they said it will rain. But you have seen now, Pitzi called. And why Pitzi, the name? Because the area here is called the Pit Stall. And that is why I called it Pitzi Court, you know. But very original, you know, only the net there you have to adjust. It is a bit slippery, you know, because sand can be in. Never run too fast, never jump too much. But yeah, a cool court with the out view, but it is tough to reach. Here is really one of the toughest, you know. So here you will never be at 100%, you know. And also there exists another one that I want to tell you, but it is more a complete private court. It is by a kebab grill, you know, a small house, and they have put on one ring in the wall, so you can count it as a no-go court or a gag, a private thing. But there are always cars, you know, so that I don't show you, because I don't know if they like when I film their shop, you know. This is a shop basket, so I don't film that, you know, but only to mention that also here. Yeah, now we have it, Pitzi Court. Wow, that was cool. And the secret 2 court, but I'm now so far away, so a long route, and the weather, you know, I don't know. I hope I don't come into rain, because then for hours to drive by coldness in rain, that is tough. But we will see. I go on now. Until next time, bye and ciao.
And I always do it big because I can.